Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It is Kenny here and I have some news for you. So I got a new camera and I don't know if you can tell, but I also got a ring light. So I'm being so much more professional, right? So I want to tell you about the camera I got. So I got the Sony A5100. It looks like, like this one. You know, it has a flip screen up so that way I can see what's going on, and this is like a big girl vlog camera. So I'm moving up in the world. Or down too. Anyway, any hoozle. This video is basically about how I got kicked out of Disney World. And I was holding off on making this video because I had my camcorder that I brought down to Florida with me, right? But the thing is that I left it down there. And so my friend, he said that he was going to mail it to me, and then he mailed it and never came. So I figured, you know what, I'll just bite the bullet and buy a new camera. But you know what, I decided to, invest and buy something better, okay? So this is how I ended up with this camera, and then I got the ring light for Christmas. So it just ended up being perfect, Yeah, perfect. First of all, I just want to say that Disney was fantastic and it was great and I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience for the most part, right? And Disney World wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. In my head, I guess I built it up to be this huge, giant, park that I envisioned, but I guess when you go or build stuff up so big in your head that when you actually are there, it seems like a lot smaller. Yeah, that's basically how it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still really enjoyed my time there. I did. I had a great time. So, that being said, when we got there, it was fun. I bought this little pin. And there we go, it's a Stitch pin. And it's great. I love Stitch. He's just a fantastic character. I think Lilo and Stitch is a great movie. So alright, so this is how it all began, alrighty? So when me and my friend first got there, we were able to meet Stitch. It was great, it was fun. I was wearing a Lilo Stitch, and Stitch was very happy about that. He was like, oh my god, without saying words, but he was expressing, pointing at me, pointing at the dress, going and hula, dancing, we did a little bit of that moment. And then, so we went to Space Mountain, and we did the Buzz Lightyear game, shooting all the Zergs, and things started out good. Nothing bad happened yet. And everything was going pretty well. And then we went on to the People Mover ride. And that basically shows you where all the sections are, at least over in the Tomorrowland. It shows you where all the rides are and everything to see and to do there. So we were on that ride, and then that ride actually broke down for maybe 15 minutes while we're on it. So we're just sitting there, and every 5 minutes or so, we'd be like, please excuse this. We were trying to get everything back up and running. And, this time I was like, you know what? No big deal. It's just the first time, stuff happens, it's life. Get over it. And that's basically how I looked at it, what are you gonna do? Can't do much about it, because so after 15 minutes, the ride turns back on, and we just go on like nothing ever happened. Then we went over to Western area. I don't really know what the other part was called, I forget. It was pretty cool. I went on the mine ride, the Snow White ride, little mine roller coaster. That was really fun. We got some food. We didn't really meet any of the characters. They were all just gone. I don't know where they were, but that was really disappointing. And then we ended up going to the Haunted Mansion, and of course that has one of the longest lines ever in the world, and luckily we were able to basically reserve the spot in line and then come back to it later. So once we wait, the 45 minutes or however long the wait time is, we come back then, and then we go through the fast pass lane, we go right into the ride. So that's what we did. It wasn't that bad. We just walked around to distract ourselves and to do something else. That's what we did. And then when we came back, we got onto the ride, and then guess what happened? I'll let you guess. Write down in the comments before I say it. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, did you guess? Okay, so basically what happened was that the ride broke down Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I was literally stuck in that ride for about an hour, or maybe even more. And the worst part about that is that, you know, every room, you know, they have basically a track playing, so that way you see, like, you know, like that woman in that little crystal ball, you know? But I was stuck hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I was literally, hold on, about to die. Like, about to go, like, batshit crazy, you know? Yeah. I didn't want to listen to the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Because, I mean, first world problems, I know. But still, no one wants to listen to the same thing for an hour straight. So, once we got off that finally, I feel like we're on that forever, my friend decided that he wanted to go to guest services to complain and basically say, this is what happened, this ride broke down 3 times we're on it, and then this other ride broke down, and, you know, it made our experience less than pleasurable, you know? So we went there and they basically said that they can give us passes for today to go over to Universal. But this was at what, like 7 p.m. when they told us that we could do that. But everything there closes at 9 on the day that we went. So we're like, no, there's no reason to go to Universal if it's just gonna close in 2 hours, because it'll probably take us 45 minutes to park and then to actually get in there and then actually to get in a ride. By the time we get on one ride, the thing would have closed. So would not have been worth it to go to Universal at that point. So we decided to basically just take the refund. So she gave us the refund. They were being really, really nice and all that kind of stuff. Like, they were being great, but when we got the refund, they basically said that we had to leave the park immediately. So that kind of sucked, right? Because I don't know, like I still wanted to see more stuff there, you know? I still want to do more things, and it's kind of like going to a restaurant and then them cooking like the steak overly done or not well done enough, and so you send it back to get it fixed, and they're like, sorry, we're not gonna do that, like you just need to leave, you know? That's basically like the same thing. So, Disney World, you did me dirty, but you know what? I still love you anyway, because you're Disney. And will I probably go back to them? Probably. I just know I won't complain next time, so I can stay. But, I mean, I did do a lot of stuff there. I didn't do everything that I wanted to do, but I did do a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I got all my money's worth back. Because, you know, Disney is expensive. But, you know. Oh, I also have another pin I want to show you. Hi guys, I'm back. I missed you so much. Did you miss me? This is also what I got too. Disney World's first visit. Yes! I had that on me like this, like super proud, you know? I'm like, yes, this is me. Yes. Okay. Also, just like another like tidbit of like story to tell you that also happened at Disney World, which I guess it could be like an entire like different video, but I don't know. I don't want to do an entire video for that because I haven't made a video for so long for you guys. I might as well just do like a 2-in-1 thing kind of thing, you know? Yeah. So I was at Disney World. I was like in the Aladdin area. Like there is the magic carpet ride that goes around in circles. That can goes up and down, however you want to control it. I did not go on that ride. However, I was in line with my friend because he wanted to go get like a sundae. It was some kind of like pineapple flavor sundae. Everything in this one vendor was pineapple and like pineapple flavor. So I was standing there talking to him, I was standing facing this way, like across my hands, like my arms and talking to him. And we were just talking about, I guess like whatever we're talking about, just some random non-important stuff we're talking about. And so out of a sudden, like this man like falls back into me and then like basically knocks me over. And I kind of turn around to see what happened, and like I'm still stumbling. Everything's kind of like happening all in slow motion. You know how sometimes like when something happens and you can react, but like you're kind of stuck in the moment watching everything unfold and move in slow motion. That's kind of what was happening to me. And so this older guy like fell into me, knocked me over, and then kept falling, like stumbling backwards, like not falling yet. And so there was like the the queue line rope that he walked back into, and so he kind of like tumbled and fell over. And so people helped him get back up, and then they kind of moved him over to the shade, and then he kind of like collapsed again. And I'm assuming like this guy literally fell over on me and had a heart attack in Disney World. Like that's awful. Like no one wants to go to like the happiest place on earth and have a heart attack, which I feel bad for the guy. I do. Literally almost every single person and their mom was like crowding him, and to me I'm like, that's not gonna help him. Like literally give him space. Like crowding him, and if you can't do anything to help him, then why are you here? Because I mean, I know you're curious, I know you want to help, but having like 25 people like leaning over him isn't gonna help. You need like one person that like is like medically trained to help, or at least two people. You know, like yeah, I was trained in like the combat casualty care, but that's like nothing to do with like heart attack stuff, you know? Like I can't help you. I can't save you. I'm sorry. Like I wish I could, but I can't. And I felt really, really bad for the guy. But then again, I don't know what happened to him. I'm hoping that he was okay. I hope that he lived, and I hope that he's fine. But I don't know. On that note, there we go. My 2 stories are over. I am planning to get this up tonight on the 30th. Yeah, today's the 30th. So, I hope y'all have a great, fantastic New Year's Eve. I hope you have a great time. Please be safe and don't do anything stupid, because I care about you. I do. And I hope you all have a great night. Thank you, and I'll see you again.